We're live, the home of the Magic, the Amway Center in beautiful Orlando, Florida. The Magic again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five. On the floor. Taking a look at the Lakers. We've got the kid. Walton is out there with ABC. Then there's Hudson. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. Kidd kicks to Johnson. Here's Hudson. Wide open look. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
And former Coach of the Year Byron Scott now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style. A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Back to Richmond. And it's Stoudemire at the elbow. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Stoudemire's got his first 2 points. A nice shot by Hudson.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
The shot by Baylor, no good.
You can't get into much better position for the 3 than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember
ever
seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw it.
I tell you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
The Orlando Magic didn't make the playoffs last year for the 3rd consecutive season, Greg. They knew it wasn't a realistic goal for them.
Yeah, and last season wasn't really about making the postseason, Kevin, for this group. It's soon that will have to be the goal, as patience will wear thin within that fan base.
Well, it's been a while for the Magic in regards to the postseason. Another year of missing postseason play. This latest playoff drought comes after they made 6 straight trips to the playoffs from 2007 to 2012.
And the rejection by Stoudemire. Pass to Chamberlain. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And overall, this Orlando franchise has been pretty consistent in making the playoffs. They've had 14 playoff trips since the inception of the franchise back in 1989. Given how hard it can be for expansion teams, you have to say that's a solid mark.
Johnson kicks to Kidd. ABC. And the rejection by Stoudemire. Here's World B free. The Magic again can't hit. Lakers trail by 3. And he bangs it home with one hand.
clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Kicks it out to Baylor. The three. That's good. Baylor's got 7 points.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
He feeds it to Stoudemire. Chamberlain trying to get open. And Stoudemire, the bucket on the assist by Baylor. Stoudemire's got his second bucket of the night. Kidd passes to Hudson. Down low. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And stolen by Chamberlain. Pushing it up. The shot is good by Baylor. Baylor's got his third basket of the night.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Kicks it to Chamberlain.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
And the shot is good. ABC's got his first points of the night.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Now here's Kidd. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And the rejection by Stoudemire.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
Free passes to Stoudemire. Here's Free. Baylor drives in, and the shot is good. Baylor's got 13.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Pass to Walton. Kidd dishes to Hudson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Richmond kicks to Baylor. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Magic out in front. They lead by 12. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Magic.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
They've got Havlicek. Monroe is out there with Thomas. And it's Duncan. And it's Sabonis in at the center. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. The Lakers weren't very good at all last season, Clark, and they just didn't have any teeth in their road games.
Well, you know, they shot threes on the road well, Kevin. Top percentage in the league, as a matter of fact. Still, they just couldn't hold on to leads.
Out to Monroe. There's the pass to Sabonis. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Havlicek. That doesn't go either for Havlicek.
And the Lakers would end with a road record of 9-32. That is a franchise worst for them and sums up the year they had. Away from Staples.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
You know, looking at the Lakers, a big thing for them as we get back to their road woes is they didn't win a single game on the road in their division. In a word, that's terrible.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Korver's checked in. Sabonis, no good. Pass to George. Cannot hit. And Orlando will come the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Sabonis with the bucket. And the Magic lead by 10.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Thomas passes to Sabonis. Havlicek. No good on the three.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at.
No doubt about it. You cannot let up defensively just because he missed out.
Monroe outside. Here's Thomas. Pass to Sabonis. Goes back up. That's good on the jump shot.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Lakers trail by 10.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
Dishes it to George. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Sabonis with the bucket. 6 points for him.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Chamberlain's checked in for the Magic. Baylor comes in for Monroe. Magic leading by 10. Thomas kicks to Duncan. It's stolen by Korver. And Maravich gets it to go on the assist by Rose.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Thomas dishes to Baylor. Orlando moving the ball around. And he gets it to go.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining.
Maravich the pass to Smith. Nobody near George. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Chamberlain. Rebounded by Korver.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
The drive by Smith. Here's George. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. George has got 8 points in the quarter.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Duncan. Richmond comes in for Havlicek. And Freeze up in for Isaiah Thomas.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Baylor's shot is off.
For my man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
Chamberlain kicks to Richmond. Good work defensively by Maravich.
That's his first personal foul.
Timeout.
Timeout call for the Lakers.
Guard it.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. You look at Elgin Baylor, what a contribution.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
Hudson. Kidd.
19 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And Kidd, here we go. Releases. That one off the back iron and out.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Good if it goes. And released it in time, but it's off the mark.
Fans, get ready for your Magic Dancing.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade.
Take a look at what Baylor's been doing. He has 18 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. It's been a clinic so far from Elgin Baylor.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
And on the floor for Byron Scott as we get into the second half. Kyle Korver is out there with Smith. Then there's Hudson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Kidd in at point. Here's Baylor. Passes it to Free. Richmond for 3. Good. Richmond's got 6 points.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Well, the defense is what did the Lakers season in last year, but their offense struggled at times as well, Clark. They just couldn't count on things nice tonight.
Well, they were near the bottom of the league in most offensive categories, Kevin. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage and three-point percentage. The efficiency just wasn't there.
Kidd dishes to Smith. And that is good. Smith's got his second basket of the game.
Getting the half off to a good start here already with some penetration.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
Outside, George. Smith with it. Now Stoudemire defending. Kidd kicks to Smith. He dishes it to Hudson. Baylor with the steal. On up the court. And it's blocked. They recover it. Stoudemire wide open. The basket good off the assist from Chamberlain. And now a 12-point Magic lead. The feed now to Hudson. To the middle. Trying to find Smith. He's got it now.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Here's Richmond. That one wide left.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Inside. Free. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Free's got his first 2 points.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Baylor drives in. And power down the jam.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Orlando moving the ball around. Richmond with the bucket.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
The Lakers have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. One problem the Magic faced last season was depth. They really weren't a deep team, and it hurt them along the way.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, they had the second fewest bench points in the league, and that number was really low because they didn't use the bench that often. Starters did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Kidd with it. Now Monroe defending. And he gets it to go. And that's 10 points here for George. Thomas passes to Havlicek. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 4 assists in the game.
And for the Magic, they would try and address the bench for this season, both through the draft and free agency.
Here's George. Chamberlain with the block.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Both free throws good from Havlicek.
And, guys, the Magic didn't luck out and jump into the top 3 in the draft. Still ended up with a high pick, and that'll help add another nice piece to their puzzle. They've accumulated a lot of good pieces, but now they need to start making it work.
Now here's Thomas. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. And it's good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Magic.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Shots checked in, and it's Maravich in for Hudson.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. They did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
Back to Rose. Good D by Thomas.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And it's Orlando with another.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
And Walton sends it back. Johnson dishes to Rose. It's tipped. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Outside, Maravich. Tries it from 19. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. ABC's got his second bucket. There's Thomas with the three. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Magic lead by 20. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Magic leading by 20. Free out there with Havlicek. Then it's Stoudemire. Then it's Baylor. And it's Duncan in the center position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. And Walton sends it back. And they get it back. Just 3 to shoot. Baylor. Baylor can't get that one to fall.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Banked in off the glass. And it's 6 points for ABC.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Havlicek kicks to Stoudemire. There's the dish to Duncan. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And the Magic lead by 20.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively. That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned. Pound the rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them. I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too. Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge, too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
for the Magic. Chamberlain's checked in for Stoudemire. And it's Richmond in for Havlicek. Here's Chamberlain. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
And guys, every season there seems to be a player who is at the end of their contract. They'll have talent and they'll be traded to a team looking for an extra piece. It's the ultimate risk-reward move, if you will, in the NBA.
Chamberlain with the rebound. Magic leading by 19. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And trading assets for a player that can walk at the end of the year is the big risk GMs take. And last season, Clark, it happened with the Rondo trade.
And to a lesser extent, the whole Kevin Love deal made prior to the season would fit into that category as well.
Out to the right wing. And there's the 3-second violation.
Not doing them any favors with those kinds of errors.
Especially now, Greg, with every possession being so crucial.
Josh Smith, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Free passes to Baylor. And they double up Baylor. Richmond for 3. Here's Chamberlain. Excellent defense there from Smith.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Feeds to Chamberlain. Here's Baylor. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
You know, something that's floating around in the sports world and in the NBA is reseeding after the playoffs start. And for those of you who may not understand the situation, it's simply saying that no matter what seed would play the lower seeded team, however you get to those numbers.
Kicks it to Smith.
They're going a little bit cold from the outside right now, trying to cut into this deficit. So when that happens, you still got to take good open shots on the perimeter when you get them, but you also have to get the ball inside some. Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
And with that whole concept of playoff reseeding, so often we'll see a 2nd or 3rd seed team get a 6th or 7th seed team in the 2nd round. Meanwhile, Greg, the top seed plays the 4th seed no matter what.
You know, I think in a few cases it would have made a major difference in how the playoffs would have played out. And quite frankly, I think it also puts more value on the regular season if that number 1 seed could play a 7th seed, if you will, in the 2nd round. So I think that's something that the commissioner and the competition committee might want to reassess.
Baylor drives in on the wing. Richmond. Duncan with a screen on Smith. Fast break. The Lakers. Changes up. And Mirovic on the basket on the assist by Rose. Rose has got assist number 5 here tonight. Free passes to Baylor. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Magic.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to
Well,
him.
you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag. into the playoffs last year, with Portland being a division winner, but getting that 4th seed, that played a huge role in this conversation about playoff seeding structure. San Antonio would end up playing the Clippers in the first round, even though both had better records than the Blazers.
Kevin, no doubt it's a tricky situation. Listen, you want to reward teams for winning their division, but every so often it comes at the expense of several other teams, like it did last year, who just play in stronger divisions. So I think that's something that the league is going to have to look at moving forward.
Monroe's shot is good.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Good.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win. Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And Walton kicks to Smith. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Tim Duncan picks one up. The free throw drops for Smith. And Josh Smith drops them both. Thomas. Off target. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.